So the first thing I do first to prepare myself for the week, as we all know that forex trading is not just about some bunch of candles. It's not just about some bunch of buy and sell. It's not just about order block or about fair value gap. No, no, no. There's more to forex trading than that. Forex trading is real. These are real datas. You get me? These are real datas. They are real. They are real datas. They are real events that are just represented, on the forex charts. Everything we see here, they are real. It's not a joke that we have the 1 hour time frame, the 4 hour time frame, the daily time frame, the weekly time frame. Yeah, it's not a joke. It's not a joke that all of these things, they are represented in details. It's not a joke. Forex trading is not a scam. It's not a fluke. It's not gambling. It's not speculation. Yes, you can you can get yourself involved in investments as a speculator, and you lose money and you just keep losing funds because all you are doing is speculating. What does it mean to speculate? Speculate means probably you are buying a share, or you put your money into a stock without having an underlying factor why you are making that decision. That is merely speculating. So that's what differentiates a speculator from an investor. As an investor, you're not just putting your money into that stock, into that shares, into that currency pair, or into whatever you are trading. As an investor, you are making your decision with certain factors. That is, your decision are backed by certain proven factors. So having said that, one of the first things I like to do is to come to my forex factory. You can just search forexfactory.com/calendar on your Google Chrome, and to bring it out for you. Now, the essence of forex factory, as I've said earlier on, forex trading is not a fluke. It is as real as our daily activity. It is as real as our daily activity. So that's why we like to have an overlook of what the markets, of what the economy is saying, on different asset class. So you can see here that we have different news. We have JPY, that's Japanese yen, AUD, CHF, pounds, and all. So what I do is I come to my filter here. I hope you can see my screen. I come to my filter and I take off these two envelopes, that is the gray envelope and the yellow envelope. And this is why I take it off, is because all you need for you to follow up the fundamental analysis, for you to know where your pair is going to on the that is in the long run, is because all you need is these two green candles and these two envelopes. Now, whenever you see a news that has a red envelope and an orange like envelope, they are high impact news. That is, any event that comes out from this analysis, either that come out red or orange, they have high impacts on the forex markets. That is, they can even change the entire flow of the markets. They can change the entire flow of the direction of where price action is moving. There are some events that once they come out, like CPI, like NFP, they can change the direction of the market. And there are times also that they allow the markets move swiftly into your direction, into whatever point of interest that you have outlined. You get that? Okay, so once we have this, so we have different currency pairs here. We have the AUD, Canadian, the CHF, and so on and so forth. So you can just pick, like, for instance, I don't trade this pair, so I can just take it off quickly. Yes, Euro USD. As we all know, let me take this out. So the best way for you to understand what your market is doing is to check it out from. Okay, let's quickly have a quick look from our monthly time frame. So we can see on our monthly time frame that price rejected from a fair value gap on a monthly time frame. That is about January. We had a doji candle, which is a sign of indecision, right? A doji candle is a sign of indecision. The market is either willing to buy or willing to sell. And you see that the following candle on a monthly time frame was followed by a bullish one, and since then we have been buying. And I explained, you can check that out on my YouTube channel. I explained why we are looking out for a buy on Euro USD. That's because there is these two eyes here represents liquidity, right? These are equal eyes, isn't it? So once we know that from our monthly time frame we are quite bullish, and you can also see here that we have a fair value gap here, right? So presently Euro USD is still bullish. When we go to our weekly time frame, you can see the same thing. Even though Euro USD just took out a old high, this high here is a old high, is an external liquidity. And the market moves from external liquidity to internal liquidity. Where's my right of? It's not here. Yeah, market moves from external liquidity to internal liquidity. However, we can see generally Euro USD is still bullish, but presently we can see these two rejection here, right? We can see these two rejection. That is, this is after this high was taken out, after this external liquidity was taken out. You can see what I said. Whenever an external liquidity is taken, switch to caution mode. That is, when an old high or old low is taken out, you can anticipate a move in opposite direction. However, always watch out for confirmation, or better still, look into another asset. So presently on Euro USD, on our weekly time frame, a old high has been taken out, right? This is liquidity. Even though we still anticipate that market will come to all of these places, right? There's a fair value gap here on our weekly time frame that we can anticipate market to come and fill. However, because this is weekly, which means it takes a week for one candle to form. So on our weekly time frame on EU, we can see these two rejection, right? So you can anticipate that price will want to come into this fair value gap, into the fair value gap here, before what? A continuation to the upside. Can we see what happened here? Same thing here. We had a fair value gap here. Price took out a old high. Can you see this high that was taken out? After price took out that old high, market was retraced a little bit, then it moved. Now before this move to the upside, market price will always give you an hint that is about to move. That's why we have what we call break in structure or break in market structure. So what I did, that I engaged in market in this piece, was that when it came into my fair value gap on a weekly time frame, I went to my 4-hour time frame. I went to my 4-hour time frame here. Oh no, sorry about that. And I waited for what? My pattern to form. What's my pattern? A clean structure break. Can you see this break in structure? It broke. It took out liquidity on the downside, took out liquidity on the upside. So seeing this, waiting for this, is a good pointer for me that okay, price wants to continue to buy. So we have almost the same thing representing itself or presenting itself to us again this week. Price is presently about to pinch. If I were you, I wouldn't buy Euro USD until it gets into this fair value gap properly, and it gives me a sign that is about to buy. What is my sign? Simple. A break in structure on what? On my 4-hour time frame. You can buy your 4-hour time frame. It can also be on your what? On your 1-hour time frame. So I'm waiting for a what? A clean break in structure here. Or more so, I can even decide to wait more till market gets to this other block here. This is an other block here, and this other block is, if we check our daily time frame, the other block is attached to what? To another block on your daily time frame. Can you see this? Can you see this? So this is another block here. This is a break in structure. This is a continuation that okay, price is willing to continue moving upward. So I will be anticipating that price should get into this place, either the fair value gap. This is also a fair value gap on a daily time frame. The price, I'm expecting price to get into this fair value gap or this other block, Then once I see a clean breaking structure, this pattern, once it forms on my hourly time frame, either 1 hour or 4 hours, I'm ready to what? To take my shoot. And if you check my videos on YouTube, you will see how I used to engage my buys, how I used to wait for my buy, and how I used to take my move. Many times I look for a good reference point on my 4 hour time frame, then a clean entry point on my M15, then I take my move. Get. So this is what I'm expecting on Euro USD. I'm expecting that price will sell a little bit into this place. Why am I expecting it to sell? Because on my weekly time frame, I said price just took out an old high, right? And whenever price takes out an old high, you can expect a little bit of what retracement. Can you see when price took out this high? Markets, okay, this is quite huge. It came to take out all of this liquidity before it continued moving up. Even this upward, it came into this fair value gap here. Can you see? Came to the fair value gap, give us a break instruction at daily time frame, move upward. So price have taken out an excellent liquidity. I'm expecting a little bit of retracement into this fair value gap or that other block on our daily time. So I'll be engaging markets from this point for a buy. So on our 4 hour time frame, I'm anticipating I'll be waiting for a buy in this 4 hour order block. Why? Because on my weekly time frame, price just took out an old high here. Can you see this? Price just took out this old high, and this is another block here. This leads to other block on this weekly time frame. This is another block here. So even though Euro USD is bullish, I'm expecting a little bit of drop into this fair value gap on my weekly time frame. Once I see a break in structure to the upside on my hourly time frame, that's when I will engage. Until then, I will engage. So I have another block here. So I can be waiting for a buy also in this block. Once I spot it, I enter. Do you get that? So yeah, so price is presently rejecting from another block here too. Although ultimately all these ones they might turn to liquidity anyway. But for now, I'm expecting price at this zone. Once I see a break structure to the upside, I will take it. Let's check another pair. You can even see if we check DXY very well. DXY, which is very much opposite direction of EU, of Euro USD or GBP USD. You see that on our DXY, the price just took out this relative equal highs, right? You can see it now. This equal lows, Abi. So it took out the equal lows to enter into what? Another block. And remember, I used to say any other block that is beneath or above liquidity is a very strong one, right? Just as it appears, just as that rule applies to our lower time frame, it also applies to what? To our higher time frame. Another block beneath or above liquidity is always strong. Can we see this space? Can you see this other block? There's liquidity here. The price came and take out this liquidity into this other block, and what? Since then, so it has been flying. It's projected to be flying upward. Can you see? Until it come into this fair value gap, they moved again. So these two rejections is not just a fluke. These two, in fact, this second weekly candle for last week is a confirmation that price actually wants to move to the upside a little bit. So I expect that price will at least come to this this weekly range. Okay, this is my Fibonacci 2. Let's say all of this range now. But I'm expecting price to get to 50%. This is my 50%, my Fibonacci 2. So I'm expecting price to get to this region here. To this region. So this is what I'm anticipating DXY to do for this week. So if DXY is buying for this week, which means that every other pair that is paired against USD, I'm expecting them to do what? To sell. It's just normal logic. Just normal logic. So that's what we'll be doing on DXY. So and the best way to do that, you can always look out for a clean order block on our 4 hour. You can even see here that it's like we are having a breaking structure is about to form on our DXY, or it has even formed safe. That's actually formed. So we can anticipate a slight bullish move on our DXY, then a sell on our what? On our Euro USD, GP USD. But remember that we are selling to a particular zone. So once we get to that zone, we want to be cautious, because ultimately price is still a little bit bearish on our DXY. But for now, both on daily and on 4-hour, we can anticipate a bullish move, at least until this high is taken out, right? Let's quickly see. Let's quickly see what yeah, can you see USD JPY? This was the same. I gave out this analysis last week on my YouTube channel. Yes, I gave it out last week on my YouTube channel. Now, even though this one did not take out this low, now why? I said something on my YouTube channel that I'm considering this will be the last pair after this pair I will just analyze one more pair. Any pair that you want me to analyze, I will just quickly analyze it. Now, I will consider this place as a strong support system. Why? Can you tell me why? Okay, because it took out this low. Yeah, it took out this low. So whenever a low takes out a previous low, it is a strong low. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Now, it is strong not because it might not break. That doesn't mean it won't break eventually, but it can hold to an extent. It can hold. So you can see that this region, when price came to this region, what happened? From this last week, I said that this candle is a sign for me that price is willing to go upward, and I told us that for me on USD JPY, I might still be considering a buy until this zone is filled up, at least until it gets to this other block, or until it takes out this high. That's USD JPY. And you can also see that on my daily time frame. You can see that we have a slight break in structure to the upside. Can you see this? Can you see that our pattern formed here? Can you see that our pattern formed here? Took a liquidity, yeah. Took a liquidity, yeah. It invalidated this block. Came back into fair value gap. Oh my, this is beautiful. Came into fair value gap, and what? It sold. This was I saw this trade here. I saw this trade here on my 4-hour time frame. Wow, this is beautiful. Now remember, I used to say any other block below liquidity. Can you see the same thing we are looking at as our factor on our weekly time frame? It's the same thing that happened on our 4-hour time frame. It's the same. You see, the pattern is the same everywhere. So can you see that price took out this liquidity, came into this other block on our 4-hour time frame? In this place, we would have engaged using whatever entry pattern that you want to use. So it's just the same. It's just the same everywhere, every time. Now, this huge other block would have worked, but I'm not seeing liquidity yet fed into it. So I will still be expecting that price will come to take out this liquidity. Sorry about this. I'm still saying that price will come and take out this liquidity and come into this other block. At that point, I will be cautious of my trade. I can now reduce my risks. But even here, I won't just sell because price came into this place. I will sell for one reason. If I see my pattern form, a break in structure to the downside. Are you getting that? Let me quickly analyze one more pair before we call it a day today. This class should only last for 30 minutes, and we've spent over 30 minutes. I know that many of us had issues with network. So same thing here. Same thing. Let's quickly check it from our monthly time frame. For our monthly, it is glaring that price is is another block. All of this place here, they are liquidities. So even though Euro odd 2 is bullish, Euro odd also is bullish. on our monthly time frame. But what do we see? There's a fair value gap here. There's another fair value gap here. So I'll be expecting price to what? To come and fill this fair value gap. If not fill, at least price should get there. Expecting price to, you know, to get into this fair value gap here. This fair value gap here. This is fair value gap that we marked on our monthly time frame. Even presently, it is in a fair value gap on our weekly time frame. So I won't be looking for any buy until I see a clean break in structure on my 4 hours. If there's no break in structure on my 4 hour time frame, I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting, guys. I'll be waiting, like really waiting. So that's what I anticipate. So I still need the confirmation to the upside. This is not another block, so you can't even hold. You can't even think about this to hold. So you can't even hold. Can you see how this play out here? I gave out this analysis too. Can you see how it played out? Liquidity, other block above liquidity. Can you see? Other block above liquidity. Price got into it, came into this other block, and it has been selling from them. I think I took a buy, a 1:3 buy from this zone. It has been selling from there. So guys, I will call it a wrap now. I will call it a wrap.